Welcome to Sathvik. I'm Sathvik, first year medical student from Bond University. As the title suggests, we're going to be talking about procrastination. Now, for me to explain this to you in more simpler terms, I'm going to break this video into 3 parts, and each of these 3 parts are sort of different strategies that I've used to beat procrastination. Now, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the video. So I think it's worthwhile to define what procrastination is. So procrastination is something that I define is it's something that you have a hesitancy towards to starting a task. That could be anything from studying, from doing something work related, or it could be absolutely anything that you just want to get done but you just can't bring yourself to do. So now that we have the definition in place, we can look at the strategies. So your blocks of study should come in front of your procrastination activity, whether it be social media, YouTube, cleaning, whatever it might be. So what I mean by the study blocks coming in front is that, say that you want to study for 3 hours and you had 2 or 3 specific goals that you want to complete in that study period. What you have to do is, usually what we're inclined to do is distract ourselves with a particular activity. For example, scrolling through TikTok. Now, what you tell yourself, instead of picking up the phone and opening the app and scrolling through, is that you say, I'm just going to do that just after this task that I want to get done. In that way, you're actually pushing out the procrastination, and that'll allow you to complete the task that you want to get done. Now, when you complete that task, remember, you would have still had more than one task ideally. So what would happen is that since you're already in the flow of doing things, you continue completing your task until they're all done, or you lose focus. And when you lose focus, it's okay to open that app and do what you need to do. So pushing out the procrastination activity so that you do your task earlier isn't really suitable for everyone. Some people it's easier, some people it's harder. For people who have a lot more willpower, a lot more motivation, can actually complete that first strategy. Now let's move on to the second strategy and have a look at how you can actually start the task. It's not about pushing the procrastination activity anymore, it's about how you even get yourself to start the activity. So say for example, you need to catch yourself up with the lectures that you've been behind on for, for however many weeks, and you just need to get started, but you're again stuck on your phone doing, just wasting time. So there's a lot of actually fine steps that you actually need to do before you even bring yourself to start your lectures, start catching up on your lectures. So I picked this sort of strategy up from Dr. Justin, which I'll leave the YouTube and socials and his stuff down below. But essentially, I'd break the act of starting the task into multiple different steps, very, very fine steps. So in the example that I just gave, you're on your phone. So what do you need to do? First, you need to get off the app that you're on, right? Scroll up. Then lock your phone, right? And then put your phone down. Then get up. Walk to your desk, sit down, open your laptop, iPad, whatever it is, turn it on, open the apps that you need to open the lecture, start the lecture, or open your notes, start writing your notes. So breaking the act of starting into those kind of fine steps allows you to not think about what you need to do next. You already have a fixed sort of plan that you can just follow without thinking. You're mindlessly trying to start the activity without you even realizing. So in that way, you're beating procrastination almost without even thinking about it. And this is much easier to start with as compared to the first one, or because the first one is again for the people who have a bit more willpower than the rest of us. So I would recommend to start with the second strategy first, so breaking everything down to very small steps, and then see if you can move on to the first strategy that we talked about. Since I've done strategy 1, strategy 2, let's move on to strategy 3. So the third strategy is, so some of us like bigger blocks of study time, so less blocks but bigger in time and length, and some of us like smaller study blocks but more in number. Now you need to figure out which one you tend to gravitate towards, because that will influence whether you're going to start the task or you're going to delay the task. For myself, I love doing bigger blocks of study because when I get into the flow, I just feel like getting everything that I need to do just done, all in one sitting. And my focus time is such that I can stay focused over long periods of time. Now, for some people, that's not possible. And for you, you need to block little bits of study time or whatever you're trying to do into your day, and you have other activities that you have going on in between those blocks, whether it be procrastination, whether it be cleaning, whether it be doing admin work for general life or work stuff. It could be anything. So you need to first figure out which one you feel like you'd be more likely to start the session from. For me, again, it's bigger blocks of study. So having that figured out will help you to not push out that session and do something else with your time where you don't actually need to spend that time doing something else. Instead, you need to actually be doing your productive work. So experiment with those blocks and see which one works for you. So I think that kind of concludes this whole video on procrastination. So I've given you 3 strategies today, which are, one is your study block comes in front of your procrastination, so saying that you're going to do that procrastination activity just after the task. The second is you dividing the starting of your task into very fine steps, so you just need small bursts of effort to do them. The third one is finding whether you like bigger blocks of productivity or smaller, lots of numbered blocks of productivity. All these 3 activities should help you to procrastinate your procrastination. I'll see you in the next one.